Hi, and welcome to Living an Abundant Life After 60. Now, I just turned 70 this last summer, and I thought that turning 70 was going to be the death of me. It just seemed like such a huge number, and I don't know if any of you out there are feeling the same way, but if you are, please comment in the comment section below and let me know what your thoughts were turning 70. But also, let's go back to 60. If you've turned 60 and you're trying to figure out what's going on here with your life, please comment and let me know what you're feeling about being 60 as well. This channel is going to be all about being the best person, the most abundant person that we can between or after the age of 60. And so I would love all of your comments, all of your questions, and we'll try to talk about all the subjects that bother you or concern you, all the subjects that you're excited about, all the fun things that you like to do at this age, and just sharing on this channel is what I'm looking for. I'm excited to see what we have to talk about. When I turned 60, I didn't really even think about it. I was really active, really just doing my normal thing, still working. And so nothing really had changed too much for me. That number, it was big, but it wasn't that big. And so life just kind of continued on to getting to 65. And then it started getting a little real because you knew that 70 was coming. But for me, 70 was always just a huge, huge number. And mainly because if we look back at our parents at this age, they were old, seemed old to me. And I say our parents, I'm talking about my parents and my mom specifically. She raised us on her own, and just seeing how her style changed and the things that she did. But I do think that one of the big parts about how I feel anyway, and how to feel younger and better at this age, is to keep moving, keep getting out, getting some exercise. Walking is a big thing for me. My fiance and I walk every morning at about 6:30, and I don't always want to go. I get out of bed, and sometimes I just want to talk them out of it, but it's kind of good to have a partner, and it doesn't even have to be a romantic partner, but just somebody that's relying on you to get out and walk with them. If you can find somebody that's willing to do that, that will keep you moving more than anything. And so we get out and do a walk every day, and then 3 days a week I go and play pickleball. And that's a great activity. It's getting bigger and bigger all over the country, and I love getting out and being around other people, like-minded people for one thing. Most of them age range are a little younger than me, but we do have one, I call her young lady. She is 92, and she can play with the best of us. And I'm just so impressed with her, and I want to be like her when I get older. So just keep moving, and I think that's a big part of feeling good after 70. Now, two of the things I want to talk about being 70 is the main thing that comes up into people's minds is keeping your mind sharp. And I started 3 things actually when I turned 60, or somewhere abouts in there, turning 60, as I started playing or taking saxophone lessons. I've always loved music. I love the saxophone. I love the sound. I have some of my favorite artists are saxophone players. Boney James is one of them, and I've been to a couple of his concerts. But I decided to keep my brain sharp to learn to play an instrument. Now, if you've never done anything musical, it'll start out where you're going to have to learn how to read music, and that of all things is probably one of the hardest parts about playing an instrument, is figuring out how to play the notes and what notes you're playing and all that stuff. I did have a little bit of a background in music, so I had the basic note reading down, but just learning to maneuver with the instrument, as well as connecting what you're seeing on the paper on the notes to what the sound that you were making and your finger movements and all of that. It's an exercise definitely for your brain. And so I'd encourage you, if you love music, anything like that, and you have the means to do it, take up instrument lessons in an instrument. If you think back to when we were younger, as younger kids, that's the best time to learn an instrument, because your mind has got a lot of room. Right now, as we get older, we don't have as much room in our brains to take on something new. But if you just start slowly and gradually working it, you're not trying to do it for any big concert or anything, but you're doing it just to keep your brain sharp. Another thing that I started somewhere between 60 and 70 was I started taking Spanish lessons. And I had taken some Spanish in junior high and high school, but basic stuff that I remembered. And so both my fiance and I are doing Duolingo, which is, you can take, there's many different languages that you can learn on that app. And it's something, like I said, just to keep your mind sharp, new things introduced, and new words that we're learning every day, and phrases and all of that. It just really keeps you sharper. And I just think that when you're sitting and watching TV most of the time, or not really getting any new mind stimulation, our brains just kind of settle in along with us. Now, a lot of people like reading, and that's great. I think that's an awesome way to keep your mind sharp as well. Usually when I sit down with a book, it's just like probably 10 minutes in and I'm asleep. So I usually will listen to books on tape while I'm doing my third thing that I added. And this is something I've always liked to do, but I've been doing more and more of it since I turned 60. And that's doing jigsaw puzzles. And there's so many out there. That's a big thing also. You can get them any kind of design you want. You can find it that you can put it together. And some people keep them and frame them, but I don't have room for that. So I usually just do one and then take it apart and move on to the next one. But I like being able to listen to books on tape, new stories that I haven't listened to before, and work on my jigsaw puzzles at the same time. So those are just a few ideas, things that I try to do to stay young, stay vibrant, stay active, and just keep moving. And in the next video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about don't stop doing the things you love just because you're over 60. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.